Who attacked you?
Smith.
Bea Smith. They were found together, more or less.
And why did she attack you? Well, was she trying to get your keys?
She tried to kill me.
Was this before or after the fire started?
After fire, a diversion.
Do you know who started the fire?
She did.
How do you know that?
She told me.
Thank you, Miss Ferguson. You've been very helpful.
If we can prove Officer Ferguson's allegations...
Oh, well, of course, we'll have to back her up with a bit of evidence. But it looks pretty certain that your Bea Smith is going to be facing charges of arson and murder.
Good morning.
Oh, hi. How are you feeling this morning?
Not bad. I'm sorry I made such a fool of myself last night.
Well, it's better than having someone else do it for you, huh?
I kept Tony back awfully late, didn't I?
You didn't mind at all, love. You wanted to make sure you were okay. Sarah, you're going to have to stop feeling sorry for yourself. I know you've had a rotten time, but there are a lot more people in the world who have a lot more bad luck than you've had.
I know. I've been thinking about it. I've never had a very high opinion of myself. That's why, when Alan offered me a way out, I thought, why not? You and Tony have been so good to me. Everyone here has. You hardly know me. I think I owe it to you to try and act like a decent human being for a change.
That's the spirit, love.
There you are. I heard that you come back here. I don't think you're going to get away with it. You murdered my son, and I'm going to see you pay for it.
Nobody murdered your son, Mr. Jeffries. He committed suicide.
And as for you, you can start packing now. When I get through, this place will be finished. You understand? Finished!
Mr. Jeffries! Mr. Jeffries, there's no way you can do that!
Hello, Bea. I'm Detective Sergeant Farmer. How are you feeling? Pretty lucky escape, eh?
Bloody lucky.
Now, Bea, I've got one or two questions I want to ask you about last night. It's just routine stuff, but you know how it is. It's got to be done.
Ask away.
Right. Have you got any idea how the fire started?
No.
I suppose you realise that Wentworth's pretty nearly written off?
Yeah, I figured that.
And that'll make you pretty pleased, I suppose.
What do you think?
Pleased enough to light it for yourself?
You better believe it.
And did you?
Oh, I guess you're going to find out sooner or later. It wasn't me.
I'm afraid it's not a laughing matter, Bea. You're in very serious trouble. I don't think you realise that.
As I haven't done anything wrong, I don't see how I can be in any trouble. Unless, of course, you're trying to set me up.
Now, where were you when the fire started?
You tell me when it started, I'll tell you where I was.
Oh, come on, Bea. You're the top dog. Nothing happens here without your say-so.
Well, this did.
Well, shall I tell you how I see it? You and Officer Ferguson have been at one another's throats for quite some time, haven't you? Only finally it got too much for you. So you organised a couple of your girls to light the fire as a diversion while you got Ferguson up to isolation to fix her for good and all. Now, you're not denying that you fought with Ferguson, are you?
No. I had to. She wouldn't let me get away from the fire.
Now, things got out of hand, didn't they? Ferguson was too much for you. And you didn't count on a couple of your mates getting killed.
What?
Oh, now, don't tell me the top dog didn't know about that either.
What are you talking about?
Barbara Fields and Heather Trapp. They were caught in the administration area. Now, as far as we're concerned, you are the #1 suspect. Only this time it's not just arson. It's murder. So make things easy for yourself, Bea. cooperate, and I'll do what I can to help. Now, look, everybody understands what you've been going through. Worrying about your parole application, Ferguson on your back all the
Look,
time.
you sanctimonious bastard. You wouldn't know if your ass was on fire unless you got official notification. Just piss off and leave me alone.
Well, Bea, I'd like you to just think about this. Unless you give me a good reason to chase somebody else, you're going to have to carry the can.
Get out of here. You make me sick.
All right, you lot, get on with it. Make it nice and shiny for the ladies. Come on.
This must be breaking your heart, Hudson. Pulling down your little love nest. Just wait till the boys get a hold of that little tart of yours. She'll be real second-hand by the time we get through with her. Don't ignore me, you bastard.
What the hell's going on here?
This bloody idiot here, Mr. Carlson.
All right, Hudson, if you can't handle the work without pulling over your own feet, report to the kitchen. I'll prepare meals for the women. Come on.
I haven't finished with you, Hudson.
What was that all about?
I'll tell you on the way to reception.
How's it all going?
Be ready for you soon? Brooke. Sir. I wouldn't like anybody else to have an accident while I was away. Understood?
Of course, sir.
Looks a nasty piece of work.
All the nastiest.
Well, if you don't move him to another division, he's only going to get hurt.
Colleen, the one thing you can't do in a men's prison is mollycoddle somebody. The moment the others get wind of it, his life becomes unbearable.
Well, there must be something you can do.
I'm afraid Hudson's the only one who can do anything about it. Coffee?
I don't think we've got time. Smith's due here in a minute.
Your famous top dog, eh? She all right?
Must be. Hospital discharged her.
Think you'd better introduce us.
Mick? You know Jeff Carlson.
Yes, hello.
How are you feeling, Smith?
No, not bad, Mrs. Powell. Not bad at all.
This is Mr. Carlson, the Deputy Governor.
Welcome to Woodridge, Smith.
Nice of you to make room for us, Mr. Carlson.
Righto, ladies, move over. Hey! Oh, God, love, are you all right?
Yeah, great. When do we eat?
You're just in time for what they call lunch, courtesy of the Woodridge Hilton.
Yeah, what's going on here, Mrs. Morris? We can't keep eating out in that yard.
It's been attended to. You'll be having lunch in half an hour.
I've got a good idea. Why don't you put us all up for early parole? Then you wouldn't have to go to all this trouble.
Bloody hell. What a dump.
Yeah. We didn't realise how lucky we were at Wentworth.
And whose fault's that? I asked for a diversionary fire, not burn the whole bloody place down.
Oh, Bea, come on. I didn't mean for it to happen like that. Could have happened to anyone. Right, Margot?
Yeah, could have happened to anyone.
Trouble is, it happened to Mouse and Fields. How are you feeling, Jenny?
Well, not too bad. He's coping all right.
Yeah? Well, we're not. Not in here, we're not.
Oh, now, don't go getting yourself into any trouble, Bea.
Since the cops are blaming me for Latham's little diversion, I haven't got much to lose, have I?
You think they'd do better than this, wouldn't you?
They will.
It's like everything else in this place. Slack. Oh, come on, at least it's not raining.
Oh, not yet.
Mrs. Powell, are we expected to eat this garbage?
What's wrong with it?
It stinks.
I'm warning you.
All right, clean up. All right, clean the mess up. What's going on?
Smith's got a complaint.
We are not eating this food, and until it gets better, we are all going on a hunger strike. And another thing, we want better sleeping and recreational facilities. And work. Give us some work. You can't lock people up with nothing to do. You'll drive us all crazy.
Well, you should have thought of that before you and your cronies burnt Wentworth down.
Oh, so now I had help, did I? Your smart-ass offsider in the hospital. Reckon I did it all on my own.
Oh, you started one fire. For two, you needed help.
Two? What are you talking about?
Smith, I don't care how many fires you lit. You clean that mess up or you won't see the outside of Solitary for 2 weeks.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Carlson. You promise that conditions get better. You guarantee it. And I'll see what I can do about having the mess cleaned up.
One more word out of you, Smith, and you'll be on a charge. Now, we're not going to guarantee anything. But I tell you what, get this mess cleaned up, and I will discuss the matter fully with the authorities, provided there is no more trouble.
Okay. Hey, Lil, take care of this lot, will you?
Can I have a word with you?
I'll give her this. She's a fighter, all right.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Roast beef sandwich?
Oh, I was going to the canteen.
Wouldn't eat that rubbish. It'd kill a brown dog.
You know, I think we could strike a deal with Smith.
Yeah, and what's that?
Let the women eat the same food as the officers.
Only if they'll agree to the deal before they taste the food.
No, seriously. I think we should do something. Their complaints are genuine.
Oh, I know. Smith might be tough, but the others will be no problem.
Oh, let me tell you something, my friend. A few of those would stick a knife in your ribs just for a laugh. Half a dozen of them are murderers, and they're really not fussy whether it's women or men.
Look, I know you're probably right, but I've never made a habit of giving prisoners what they want the moment they ask for it, and I don't intend to start with your lot.
Oh, there's someone... It's okay.
I'll speak to you later.
Hello, Mrs. Powell.
Mr. Stanton?
Can I see Jeannie, please?
Yes, of course you can. Just sign in, and I'll get someone to take you through the visiting suite.
Thanks. Oh, I've got some stuff here for her. Leave them here?
Yeah, please. Won't be a minute.
G'day, love. Hell, it's good to see you. I've been worried sick.
Don't worry, love. I'm okay, honest. Hey, how about you?
Well, I'm all right now. I was scared you got hurt in the fire. I couldn't get any information out of anyone.
Look, if anything had happened to me, you would have heard, right?
Yeah. I heard the names of the two girls that got killed. Did you know them?
Yeah. It was pretty horrible, Dave.
Yeah, well, you'll be home soon. We'll put all this behind us. Just you and me and the kids. Is everything okay? How long to go now?
3 weeks after I get out.
I bought you some perfume and powder and stuff. Just in case you lost everything in the fire. Hope it's the right sort.
Love you, Dave.
Love you too.
I better go. Can I kiss him, Mrs. Morris?
I'm not sure if the rules at Wentworth apply here, Jeannie.
See you soon.
Yeah.
So, this is the famous Woodridge concert hall.
Yep. And right over there is where Lawson and her bloke were caught having a bit.
Where was Lizzie lying when you went over the top?
That'll do, Smith.
If you say, Mrs. Powell. Let's go somewhere decent to sit down and eat. We should be thankful for small mercies, I suppose.
Hey, here it comes then. It's the new furniture. Where do you want it then, Bea?
Hey, fellas, cash, bank card, or do you want to work it out?
Listen, Blondie, if they ever drop the segregation, we might be able to work out a deal. But in the meantime, you've taken over the only recreation hall we've got, so don't get smart.
You, get away from them. It's all right, I'll handle it. I told you to get away from the women.
Come on, Hudson. What do you want to hang around and learn how to knit?
Oh, you leave him alone, you great big eat.
What's the problem, Brooke?
No problem, Mr. Carlson.
Get somebody else to help you. Hudson. You've got a visitor, Hudson.
Who is it, sir?
Somebody called Hattie Lawson.
But she's in hospital. How can she visit?
I don't know, Hudson. Do you want to see her or not? If you don't want to see her...
No, I'll come right away.
Hey, Mrs. Powell, is it fair dinkum about Patty?
What about her?
Well, Carlson reckons Paddy's come to visit Andy. She been released already?
She was released the night of the fire.
Hey, girls, let's hear it for Patty!
It's nothing to worry about, I promise. I just got into a bit of a scrap in the exercise yard. It's all over and done with.
Are you sure it's got nothing to do with that trouble you were having during the concert?
No, that all died down really quickly. Stop worrying. Well, tell me how you got out.
Oh, the charges were withdrawn and the authorities decided not to go ahead with the prosecution.
Oh, that's fantastic. I don't want you to feel as if you have to hang around waiting for me. It's all different now.
Andy, it's not different. Never will be. I've told your parents I'll be waiting for you, if you want me to.
Of course I do. When did you see him?
Kathy drove me there this morning. They send their love.
Oh, that's great. How's the old man?
Oh, fine, really great.
I'm afraid time's up, Hudson.
Okay, Mr. Carlson. Thanks for coming, Patty. And thanks for seeing the parents.
Oh, I'll be back as soon as I can. Bye. Well, thanks very much, Mr. Carlson.
Miss Lawson, why did you lie about his parents?
I didn't.
Andy hasn't had a visit or a letter from his father in more than 2 months. And they're very close, so there has to be a problem. It's important we know these things, Miss Lawson. Sometimes we can help them in if they have troubles.
It is his father. He's had a bad stroke.
For God's sake, why lie to him? What's it going to do for him when he finds out?
Well, his mother made me promise. She thought Andy'd be upset.
That's exactly Andy's problem. He's never had to look after himself. His mother's done it for him. Well, she's not in here now, is she? And he's got more trouble than he can handle.
Well, can't you help him?
Now, there's only so much I can do. The rest is up to Andy. You think about it. If you need any extra visits, you let me know, okay?
Thanks, Mr. Carlson.
Okay, so we give Pal 2 days to fix everything up. What do you say, girls?
Yeah, good. As long as we don't have to burn this place down, I'm slowing down a bit, Bea.
Yeah, I know what you mean, love. Speaking of which, I'm going to pack it in. I am buggered.
Hey, how about doing it somewhere else? That's my bunk you're sitting on.
Your bunk? Now, where did you get that idea?
I told you we should have saved the bunk for Bea.
Shove it, Latham. Why don't you give her your bunk? No. You're missing the point, Margot. I like this bunk.
And what am I supposed to do?
Call the manager. Tell him you want the honeymoon suite.
Would you drop off, smartass, just because she said...
I keep fighting you buggers I hate, please.
Welcome back.
Bea, what happened to your face?
How are you, mate? Take more than Gaffney and bloody old Fergo to get rid of me.
Can you fit her in with you, Bea?
Well, what do you have in mind, Mrs. Morris? A fully serviced room?
Well, I think you should take that up with whoever burnt down Wentworth, don't you?
All right. Who's going to move over and make room for Lizzie? She's going to have this one. Oh, Tartina. Thanks. Okay with you, Mrs. Morris?
Seems all right. You take it easy, Lizzie. Remember what the doctor said.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing me in, Mrs. Aim. Right now, Who's going to take over Tina's place on the floor so Lizzie gets a bunk?
Latham. Why me? Well, I didn't bloody burn Wentworth down, did I?
Oh, all right, Lizzie, go on, you can have it.
Thanks, Chris. Okay, over here, love. This is it.
Sarah, it's a nightmare, darling. You're having a bad dream. Wake up, Sarah. Come on,
God,
darling. Oh, it's only a dream,
It's
love.
the same thing over and over. I keep dreaming I'm in bed. And when I wake up, Alan's there beside me. I'm holding him in my arms. And it's not Alan, it's his body. He didn't have any eyes. He's been looking at me without any eyes.
Sarah, now you listen to me. It's time you stop blaming yourself.
That's why he's looking at me with those awful eyes. He's blaming me. Oh, God, Judy, why couldn't I have died with him?
Now listen. Let's reverse the situation. Let's say that you died and Alan didn't. Would you blame him? Would you want him to go around blaming himself? Would you want him to spend the rest of his life riddled with guilt, never finding any happiness at all? Of course not. You wouldn't if you loved him, would you? Then you've got to stop blaming yourself now. Because he loved you.
Maxine?
Well, who did you expect, Miss Piggy?
What the bloody hell are you doing?
What's wrong?
Oh, look, we've been through all this.
But I thought...
Yeah, well, you thought wrong.
Don't you like me?
Yes, of course I like you.
I love you.
Oh.
Well, you slept with me.
Look, I was pissed.
Pissed, were you? Pissed bloody weak, more like it. Your bird gives you the flick, so you take it out on little Maxie.
Oh, just try and understand.
Understand nothing. You use me, mate. But that's okay, because I've been used by experts. And there's plenty more where you come from.
Where are you going?
Oh, what's it to you?
You want to talk about it?
No, thanks.
She's okay, you know. She came back here.
How was she?
In tears.
Oh, bloody hell. What a mess.
Use the blower, Jude?
Oh, sure, honey. Help yourself.
Maxine, can I talk to you for a moment?
I'll leave the money in the jar.
You got a real problem, Buster.
Spat? Max. Yeah, I know. Well, why don't you meet me over here? I'm still at the halfway house. Yeah. Okay. See you then.
Here, Margot, get off my bed before I brain you. I've just bloody made it.
Well, I would, wouldn't I? I just can't find my bloody hairbrush.
Oh, Walker, will you? Since when did you need an hairbrush?
Get out of my way, will ya? Hey, Jean, you nicked my hairbrush.
No, she hasn't nicked your bloody hairbrush. Now stop throwing your weight around. We've got enough to put up with as it is without you starting.
Yeah, and Jeannie isn't feeling the best, are you?
How you feeling now, love? No, I'm just a bit off colour, Lizzie. I'll be all right.
Oh, come on, ladies. Ready for showers?
Yeah. Anything to get out of here, Mrs.
Hang on,
Powell.
Lizzie. Just wait till this mod clears. You too, Jenny.
What's the matter, Stanton? Aren't you feeling too good?
Not the best, Mrs. Powell. Must be all the rich food.
What about you, Birdsworth?
Oh, I didn't sleep a wink all night, Mrs. Powell. Lizzie, you snored all night. I did bloody not. Come on, Jeannie, let's get out of here. I'm not going to stand here and be talked about.
Husband brought you these in yesterday.
Thank you, Mrs. Powell. How about it, Mrs. Powell? Do we get improved conditions?
You get nothing with threats. However, I've spoken to Mrs. Davidson. She's organising some work and coffee-making facilities.
What about the food?
I made you a deal yesterday, and I'll get word about it today. That's all I can do.
How about a television set?
Miracles usually take a bit longer. See what I can do.
I'll be out as soon as I can. Thanks for calling, Mr. Carlson. I'll see you after lunch, Maxine.
Bye, Pat.
That was Mr. Carlson from Woodridge. He wants me to go straight out. Reckons Andy's been asking for me.
But something wrong?
Well, he didn't say. Just that it was urgent.
Excuse me. Spud. You want Maxine, I suppose?
Well, I don't want you, that's for bloody sure.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Tony.
I'll get it for you. Maxie?
Spud! How you going, mate? Hey, why don't you come up to my room? We've got a lot of catching up to do.
Max, you know that's against the rules.
Oh, yeah. Forgot you were the warder of this prison. Why don't you dob me into Jude?
Have a fight with your poof the boyfriend, didn't you?
What did you do that for? I know I did the wrong thing, but... well, I'm willing to make up for it.
I still need someone to help me with the job. You with me or not?
Yeah. Hold away, just like before.
Right. Let's see if Loverboy's taught you any new tricks.
You were supposed to let me tell him. I haven't even had a chance to talk to his mother yet.
It's not Mr. Carlson's fault. You should have told me yesterday.
Well, if you didn't tell him, who did?
Here. Read this.
Dear Andy, I suppose you
The
thought...
important part's on the next page.
I saw your father last night for the first time since his stroke. And I wanted you to know that we're all hoping for an early release.
Why? Why lie to me?
Look, I didn't want to...
I'm sick of being treated like a child.
No one's treating you like a child.
Well, what do you call this then? You think I can't handle it? You think just because I can't fight, I can't handle my own father dying?
Look, but Andy,
you reckon I'm going to burst into tears any minute or something? Well, I'm not. I'm not some overgrown schoolboy. I'm a man. I am a man.
What am I going to do?
I know what I have to do. To make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
Hi, that was quick. Hey, what's the matter with you? You all right?
He found out about his dad.
Oh, hell, how did that happen?
Some well-meaning neighbour wrote to him.
So I suppose now he's crook on you for not telling him, huh?
Well, it's worse than that, Jude. Much worse. Look, I had to ring Mrs. Hudson from the post office and tell her. She's coming into town on the bus tonight. Do you mind if she stays here? She can bunk in my room.
No, of course not. No problem.
All those bastards in there, they think he's a coward just because he's not a fighter.
Well, doesn't he have any friends?
No. All he had was his family. And then me. Now he feels I've let him down. Oh, what if he tries to jump the wall to see his father, Jude? They'll only catch him again, then he'll never get out.
Hi.
Hi.
Is that your rig? One with the V6 Jimmy in it?
Yeah?
I'm, looking for a ride to Albury. It's kind of urgent, and I'd be real grateful.
Yeah? How grateful would that be?
Let's just say I only pick trucks with sleeper cabs.
You're on.
Gee, I'm stuck. Reckon you could give us a hand? It's, this tight skirt. Just give us a push, will you? Sorry to be such a nuisance.
No worries.
Some from Dave, Lizzie. You can have some of that if you like. Oh, no.
I'll have it.
Yeah, trust you to get in for your whack.
What's all this then?
They're presents from Judy Bryant at the halfway house.
Judy Bryant, eh? Thank God somebody's looking after them.
Look, Shirley, I told you before. Give it to me or I'll don ya!
Gaffney! I'll take that, thank you. Any more behaviour like that, and I'll have to take back the good news I've got for you all.
I think you'll find if you had more good news, the behaviour would improve 100%, Mr. Carlson.
We're all going up the bleeding wall hanging about here with nothing to do.
Well, the first news is that I've managed to get a television set for you. Now, I want it well looked after because it's a very rare and valuable black and white set. The other news is I've managed to organise some work for which you'll receive the normal rates of pay.
What kind of work?
Sewing mailbags.
Mailbags? That's men's work.
Don't worry about it, Latham. There isn't enough work to go around, so if you can't manage it, someone else can do your job.
A black and white bloody TV and sewing mailbags. What do you reckon this is, the first fleet?
A couple of you can come and get the bags and the set after you finish your tea break, right?
How are you, Auntie, now?
In this place? What do you reckon?
Oh, I know what you mean. You're keeping out of trouble, though.
It's a bit hard. I tell you, I've got to get out of here before they put me in hospital.
Now, you be careful, Andy. Them screws there have got guns, haven't they? You'll finish up dead if you try going over the wall here.
No choice. They're not going to open that gate for me, are they?
Fair enough. Well, look, let me put it to you this way. It's a damn sight easier to get out of an hospital than it is out of a prison, isn't it?
Come.
I haven't got all day.
Oh, but Harry, if you rush it, I won't be able to show you how much I appreciate the lift. And I really do appreciate it. Harry! Son! You're killing!
Get out of it! Come on. Show your little mom what a great hero you are.
Oh, please, Harry. Don't hurt him. Please, just leave us alone.
Get over here,
Oh, no, stop, Harry! No!
Not good. Driscoll House? Speaking. Yes, of course I'll speak to her. It's the Aroa police. They've got Maxine. Maxine? It's Tony. What's happened? Oh, my God. Was Spud involved in this?
Yeah, they got him too. Tony? Tony?
Yeah, it's okay, Maxie. I'm still here.
I'm sorry to bother you, but... there was no one else I could turn to.
Have you been charged yet? What with? Oh, God, Maxie, what a mess. Look, I'll try and get onto the legal aid people and see if we can get bail. Don't you worry. Look, I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
I tell you, in a week's time, bloody Sheilas will take over the exercise yard as well. Yeah. If we don't stop it now, we'll never get rid of him. Right. And the sooner we get rid of him, the sooner we get the TV and the gym back.
But why can't we let the women use some of our gear? It's not going to hurt us.
Oh, shut up, Hudson. You should have been in a women's prison anyway.
Get stuff.
Look, I don't take no crap from you, Hudson.
Yeah? Well, what are you going to do about it?
What am I going to do about it? Come on, kids. Come on,
Get him back there, Sills. Deal with the Brooks later. All right?
I can't breathe.
Can you stand?
I don't think so.
Get a stretcher!
The men aren't going to put up with this. If we don't get the record back, we're going to tear Woodridge down.
You'll tear nothing down, Brooks, so shut up. Now, you blokes better get this for your thick skulls. The women are here, they're staying, and there's nothing you or anybody else can do about it.
How long's this going to go on?
I don't know, and I don't care. As for you, Brooks, if Mr. Carlson doesn't put you into solitary, you, Kennedy and Smith are going into the paint shop from tomorrow morning.
Don't tell me the bloody women are taking over the mailbags too.
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
We'll see about that. Crawford's given the Sheilas the mailbag contract. If we don't stop him, we'll have nothing left. What are we going to do about it? Let's show them we mean business. Kick him out. Kick him out. Kick him out. Kick him out.
Colleen, you'd better get your lot back in their cells. This could get out of hand.
I thought you had all the men locked up.
They are, but stranger things have happened. And while I'm responsible,
If we lock them up for something that's not their fault, we're likely to have trouble too.
hang on.
That's Andy Hudson, isn't it?
Yeah, the doctor seemed to think he might have a ruptured spleen, so they're taking him to Wentworth General. How's it going, Andy? All right. You look after him now.
And was all of that caused by Brooks?
Told you he was a bad one.
Yeah. Well, it's a pity you didn't tell your officers. Come on, let's get the women locked up.
Hey, my love. Can I get you anything else?
No thanks, Lizzie.
Good, you don't look too good.
She'll look a bloody sight worse if those blokes get loose.
You sure you're all right? The way Pal and those pushed us in here, it's a wonder that... Hey, Bea, come here.
What is it?
I think you better call in the guards. I think she's going to have it any minute.
Well, that's all we need.
That's a good one.
Sorry, Bea, but I think it's coming. We better do something about it then.
Mrs. Powell! Mrs. Morris!
I'll never control them now. Get back to the admin area and seal the prison office until all dies down.
Yes.
We'll run out of steam, and then we'll pick up the pieces later.
Mrs. Morris! Mrs. Morris! Chrissy, take over here, will you?
Yeah. I think they can hear me over all the noise they're making.
Mrs. Morris!
It's starting, Bea.
Mrs. Morris!
Oh, hell.
All the doors and automatic locking, and everybody issued with riot protection. And get all the off-duty officers back in. Right. Hang on. All the women okay?
Yes.
Good. Yeah, sorry, John. You're Brooks and his crew. I don't expect too much trouble, but just in case, double the tower patrol, all right? Good, thanks.
Oh, well.
All buttoned up.
Tight as a drum.
I think that calls for a cup of strong black coffee. We could be in for a long wait.
Mrs. Morris! Mrs. Oh!
For God's sake, Bea, do something. What do you expect me to do? Produce a midwife out of my back pocket?
Mrs. Morris!
Stupid bastard. So get out of the way. There can't be any help. Get out of the way.
Mrs. Morris!
Idiots.
Oh, Bea, what are we gonna do?
Until they stop their noise, there's nothing I can do. Listen, look, as soon as the screws come back, we'll get you a doctor.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, Bea, but the last time I was at this stage, it only took half an hour.
What? Half an hour? Morris! Mrs. Powell! Mrs. Morris! Mrs. Powell!
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare, waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.